Yo, what's good, Mariners fam? So there's this young player in the National League right now, 25 years old, already hit 19 bombs last season, swiped 31 bags, and the analytics nerds are losing their minds because his club just turned down a trade offer from a contender. And here's the crazy part, the team that got rejected wanted to move him to a completely different position. Not his natural spot. A whole new defensive assignment. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would Seattle even care about some dude who can't stick at his current position? But hold up. What if I told you this guy could be the exact chaos theory solution Jerry DiPoto has been cooking up in that mad scientist lab of his? What if the position change is exactly why we should be all over this? But here's the real question that's going to haunt you for the rest of this video. If the Giants already got rejected trying to land this guy as a second baseman, what would it take for Seattle to pull it off? And should we even try? All right, I'm talking about CJ Abrams, the Washington Nationals shortstop, who just became the hottest name nobody's talking about yet. And before we dive into the absolute insanity of what this could mean for our lineup, do me a solid real quick. If you're not subscribed to Mariners Fan Central, smash that button right now. Because we're about to break down a mock trade scenario that's either going to make me look like a genius or get me roasted in the comments. And honestly, I'm here for both outcomes. Look, I get it. You clicked on this video probably thinking, why are we talking about a shortstop when we need a second baseman? But that's exactly the point. According to The Athletic's Andrew Baggerly, the Giants just had a proposal shot down by Washington, a proposal where Abrams would have moved to second base in the Bay Area. The Nats said no, they want more. So here's where it gets spicy for us. Seattle has been quietly working the phones with multiple MLB clubs looking for that second base answer. We've heard the Brendan Donovan rumors with the Cardinals. But what if, stay with me here, what if Abrams is the better play? Not despite the position change, but because of it. The real tea is this. Abrams has been one of the worst defensive shortstops in baseball. 2 seasons ago, he posted a -17 OI and a -13 defensive runs saved. Last year, he tied his career high with 22 errors and had a .962 fielding percentage. At short, he's a liability. But what MLB trade rumors pointed out, and this is key, is that Abrams would fit much better at second base or possibly center field. So we're not trying to fix a broken shortstop. We're trying to unlock a potentially elite second baseman who just happens to be stuck at the wrong position right now. Okay, let's play devil's advocate for a second. Why would this be a terrible idea? First off, Abrams hasn't proven he can play second base at the big league level. We'd be gambling on a defensive conversion. Second, his bat is inconsistent as hell. MLB trade rumors straight up said he's been an excellent hitter until the All-Star break before tailing off in the second half for 2 straight years. That's a pattern, not a coincidence. And third, Washington already turned down the Giants, a team that can probably offer more prospect capital than us. But here's why I'm not buying that negativity. The defensive metrics want him to move off short. His arm is fine. Most of his errors are throwing errors, which means it's a decision-making and pressure issue at the 6th position. Moving to second base shortens the throw, gives him more time, and historically, players who struggle at short often thrive at second. As for the bat, a .257 average with 19 home runs, 60 RBIs, and 31 stolen bases is exactly what we need in this lineup. That's a 30-30 guy waiting to happen, and we're acting like that's not valuable. Come on. All right, strap in. Here's my mock trade proposal that's either genius or gets me laughed off the internet. Seattle receives. CJ Abrams, Washington receives. Colt Emerson, our number 3 prospect shortstop. Ty Pete, number 7 prospect outfielder, a competitive balance pick. Why Washington says yes. They get a legitimate top 100 prospect in Emerson who can actually play shortstop at an elite defensive level, something Abrams will never be. Pete gives them outfield upside in a system that needs it. And the draft capital sweetens the pot without gutting us at the top. Why Seattle says yes. We're not giving up Cole Young or Felton Celestin. We keep our top 2 untouchable guys. Emerson is good, but we've got shortstop depth. And we're getting a 25-year-old who fits our competitive window right now, not 3 years from now. Now, here's where I might lose some of you, but hear me out. What if we don't even put Abrams at second base full-time? What if we platooned him with Leo Rivas and used Abrams' speed to spell Julio in center field on days we need to rest the franchise? I know, you're thinking I've lost my damn mind. But think about the flexibility. We've seen teams weaponize super utility guys before. Abrams has the speed for the outfield, And if his bat heats up in the first half like it historically does, we're getting elite production from multiple positions while keeping everyone fresh for October. Call me crazy in the comments. I dare you. Abrams thrives at second base, posts a slash line of 270/330/460 with 25 home runs and 40 stolen bases. He becomes our leadoff hitter, unlocks the entire lineup, and we're suddenly a top 5 offense in baseball. He makes his first all-star team. We look like geniuses. The defensive issues follow him to second base. The second half slumps continue, and we've traded away a top 100 prospect for a guy who posts a 700 OPS and costs us games in October. Washington flips Emerson for an ace 2 years later, and we look like clowns. Abrams settles in as a slightly above-average second baseman who gives us a solid 260/320/440 line with speed on the bases. He's not an all-star, but he's a clear upgrade over what we've trotted out there recently. The trade ends up being a push neither side wins big, but both sides get what they needed. The real question isn't whether Abrams is perfect. It's whether Seattle is willing to bet on upside and positional flexibility in a market where proven commodities are getting wildly overpaid. So what do you think, Mariners fam? Am I cooking or am I cooked? Drop your own mock trades in the comments. Tell me why I'm wrong. Let's debate this. And remember, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's ride this offseason chaos together. Go M's.